Welcome back to our Facebook chat where we're talking about sleep. So this is our last session, session 3, and I'm Anne and Bronwyn, and we've just talked about sleep for parents as well as for children. So I just wanted to pick up on one other thing, and when we were talking about sleep for parents, is that sometimes parents will sit down and go, well, when I added up this sleep and that sleep, I actually got 8 hours sleep last night and I still feel like rubbish today. And the reason that we don't feel so great is because the sleep's been all broken up. So there's the quantity of the sleep, so you may get 8 hours, which is fabulous, but there's also quality of sleep, and when it's all broken up, we don't feel refreshed. So it's no wonder you don't feel refreshed in the morning. So don't beat yourself up about it if you're not feeling terrific when you've had a night like that. It's perfectly normal. So just sort of moving on to a bit of the older baby.
Out of the arrival and survival.
Yeah, quite common for some babies to start to pull to stand in the cot or to sort of fuss and not want to sleep, like they've slept really well and then suddenly something set it off. It might be teething or they get a bit of a cold or something, and then this baby has slept really well or has sort of slept but woken up and suddenly waking quite regularly at night time. So,
and that can be a bit of a shock or a surprise for parents. And I think one thing to remember about all of this is that there's nothing more constant than change. So your baby's sleep is going to keep evolving and keep changing, and it will at one time that you'll notice a change particularly is just before they're about to make a little developmental step. So it could be that they're about to start rolling, or that they've suddenly found their hand, the hands are going like this and then suddenly they realise it's their hand, or that they're sitting up now. And sleep will often become a little disorganised just before that, and you think, what's going on here? You've been sleeping fine, and then a few days later they start doing this new thing, oh, that's why. And they may settle back into a routine after that, or they may need just a little bit more help and shaping then. So with the older babies, once we're getting to that 4 to 6 months, a really good thing to start doing, and actually you can do this from day one, but it's really good to start doing from 4 to 6 months, is to create a little sleep routine for the night time. Whatever you want to do in your family, and again there could be lullabies and things that are traditional to you or that have been passed down, but some little routine that you can repeat anywhere. So I'll often say to people, don't make it go around and say goodnight to all the family photos, because if you go somewhere else all the family photos are there.
True.
So have things that you can do anywhere. So it might be, for instance, have a bath, have a story, last feed and say goodnight to Teddy, or whatever it is. Just create your own little thing that you do repetitively every night, and that cues babies and little people into that sleep is coming. And then it's just consistency. It's just, if I'm waking, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to come back, I'm going to settle you, I'm going to talk to you, I might go away for a bit, and I'll come back. And with the older children, even from sort of 6, 7, 8 months, they're starting to comprehend us. So you can do things like, you're okay there, I'm going to come back in a minute. But if you say you're going to come back in a minute, come back in a minute. Because babies know. And one of their main jobs, they've got several jobs in the first year. One is to feed well, one is to start growing, one is to start to figure out sleep. But one of their main jobs is to learn trust, that I can trust that somebody's going to come and help me. So if you say that, I'll be back in a minute, if it's 2 minutes, it's fine. But come back.
And I like your idea of the lullabies, because I think that's quite calming for the parents too.
Absolutely, music and
song,
rhythm, anything that's got rhythm as well. There's another time that it's really common for babies who maybe have been going quite well with their sleep for it suddenly to change, and parents again get a bit and this can coincide sometimes with people going back to work, and it's just it's not because they've gone back to work, it's just a happy coincidence or an unhappy coincidence as the case may be, and that's around 8 or 9 months. So up to about that point in time, babies, the way they view the world is, if you're present in front of me, you're present, and if you go away, you kind of don't exist anymore. So it's technically called object permanence, and what babies suddenly discover and realise is that if you go out of the room, you still exist, and now I'd like you to come back, thank you. And that turns into what people call separation anxiety. I know you exist now and I want you to come back. So if that's happening, yay, good developmental phase. That's the first thing. Don't be too frightened by it. It's what babies are supposed to do, and it means that they've got that trust. But it becomes tricky because then they do want you to help.
Keep coming back,
and that's where it's just consistency. I come back, I tuck you in, we settle you down, I go away. I come back, we tuck you in, I settle you down. Your turn, someone else can go and tuck down. until, you know, there's enough sleep pressure.
So the idea is that I go to sleep in my wherever I sleep space.
Yes.
And that's where I go to sleep. But wherever I go, and it might vary.
Yeah.
I think we need to be really well aware too of the risk of SUDI.
Yes.
So all those principles apply. Yeah. Am I on my back? Is my face clear?
Yeah. I've got lots of things.
Lots of things around. Yeah. And face up
in a nice swimsuit.
Yeah, in a swimsuit.
Yeah.
So I think also just sometimes parents, you know, the babies get overtired.
Mm-hmm.
I think that can be quite tricky. It's sort of like, I know, as adults, when we get overtired and you fall into that deep sleep and you're awake. Yeah, is it similar for babies?
It is, and I'm a little bit cautious about overtired because sometimes any kind of grumbling that a baby does, people go, oh, she's overtired, she must be overtired, and then the burden suddenly falls on the parent to fix everything. So sometimes what we're seeing and labelling as overtired goes back to those cues we were talking about. Maybe baby's just saying, I need to do something different now, I need a different experience, I know I only fed 20 minutes ago but I'm hungry again, I'm bored with this, I need a cuddle, I need everyone away, I've had too much of everybody. And so they can, what's happening with overtired, if it really is a thing and it's happening, is that they're just keeping building sleep pressure, but they may just need a little help and that opportunity to go to sleep. So all you can do is try it and see. Yeah, so create that environment, take away any obstacles to them going to sleep, like passing them around and, you know, shaking them up and let's all get a party. So just taking away those obstacles and giving them a nice calm opportunity. That might work.
Yeah, because that's true. You're not going to suddenly go from being handed around everybody and really busy and act up to suddenly go to sleep. I think also we talked earlier about the babies who, you know, you're having a bit of a chat and they're looking at you and smiling at you and then they turn away. And then giving them the opportunity to see what they're going to do. So, you're going to come back and then re-engage, because that can be quite hard work for them.
It can. So we've got a baby here that we prepared earlier. So we'll just bring little green stripy baby out. So what you're talking about is, you know, you might be doing this little chat and then baby looks away. The temptation is to kind of go and try and keep getting those smiles and those chats. So as part of this learning to figure out your baby and observe them, just see, just watch and see if and when they come back and what they attend to next. Because it can just be so tempting to want another smile.
I think a lot of what we've been talking about is watching your baby, seeing what your baby, giving it a go, getting to know each other. So and everybody's baby's different.
Everybody's different. Giving them opportunities for sleep, looking for those cues and trying to figure out what they might need. And just accepting that you won't know all the answers straight away. And we don't get it right every time. I think it's so important. The other thing I think is some parents get the sleep problem becomes quite a big thing for them, or just a little thing for them, and they've got lots of questions. I think one of them, having worked on Plunket line, oh my goodness, they are amazing. Lovely nurses on reassurance, a bit of, you know, have you tried this, have you looked at that? And
their number 0800 933 922. So
and that's 24
hours, isn't it? So if you're awake in the middle of the night with your baby,
there's someone there.
And I think it's just to try and work out what it is about your baby, because you can sometimes read all the books and whatever it says in the book doesn't work, or you're trying to work it out, and sometimes it's just somebody to talk about your particular baby and what's happening with your particular baby, so that you can work out and think a wee bit about what's going to work for you and your baby, and finding a way that will
and
work.
I think sometimes, you know, when we make a contact like that and talk to have a friendly voice on the other end of the phone, in the end it may not matter that we get a particular answer, but someone's listened to us and what they've told us is we're not doing anything wrong. Sometimes we just need to know that we're doing okay, and we just try a few things.
And to have some ideas, some ideas off.
That's right.
So I'm just thinking, what would be your key messages?
My key messages are for the brand newborn babies: think about that arrival and survival, get the feeding going, really take that time to get to know your babies and understand them and their ways of communicating as best you can. And then by the 4 to 6 month period, start to looking at ways to help them settle and go to sleep that don't involve you being there so much, unless that's your planned choice and you want to carry on that forever. Because if that's the way you want to parent and have that close proximity, that's lovely too. But lots of us, our busy lives mean that we need to start to be able to enable our babies to go to sleep on their own. So 4 to 6 months is a really good window for that. Know that sometimes if sleep's been going well and it changes, it's probably just before a developmental phase or because you've travelled or baby's getting a cold or something's going on. And don't beat yourself up about it. And I think just generally lighten up, and particularly lighten up if you're worried a lot about sleep, really lighten up about the day sleeps. If you're spending 30 or 60 minutes trying to get a baby to sleep and then they sleep for 30 minutes, it's kind of frustrating. So you're better to just plan your day and do some nice things and carry on with your day. And as we can't make a baby go to sleep, it's quite hard to make them stay awake too. So they'll take their sleep as they need it during the day.
And I think it's, you said earlier, give them an opportunity.
Opportunities.
If it doesn't work, then great, let's find something else. Let's just get to know your baby, and we don't get it right all the time. So it's a bit about knowing, you know, your baby, really watching your baby, giving your baby the opportunities. Because I think it's about letting your baby, you know, see that self-regulation, which you talked about before. You know, getting to know them getting to know themselves and what their capacity is themselves. So, Cool. Well, thank you so much, Bronwyn, for coming. I think sleep is one of the biggest questions. I think.
I know I love my sleep, so
I think we all do, and we really feel for parents. I think it's a journey, and sleep is probably one of the hardest parts of the journey if you're not getting it. So, thank you.
And you will get there. Just remember, it's a developmental thing, and babies will work their way out. You don't have to take charge of it all. They'll get there under their own steam.
And ask for help.
Remember that 0800 number.
Cool. Thank you.
Good night and sleep well.